Hi, and welcome to another episode of Biology Talk. This is Jun Kahigal, and for this episode, we shall study disease transmission. So, my goal here is to just explain the simplest way that I can how a particular disease is transmitted. Siguro timely itong pag-uusapan po natin because we would like to know if this quarantine that we are experiencing right now is working for us. Kung nami-minimize niya or nape-prevent yung pagkalat or the transmission of the COVID-19 virus. Okay? So, when does disease transmission occurs? Okay, para malaman po natin to, I would like to explain this concept known as chain of infection. So, dito po tayo magfo-focus. Ito po yung magiging framework natin in explaining how a particular disease like COVID-19 is transmitted. Ito po yung tinatawag na chain of infection. Now, there are several elements in this chain of infection. So, disease transmission occurs when the agent or the pathogen or yung virus is number 1, leaves its reservoir or host. Okay? Then, number 2, the agent leaves through a portal of exit. Okay, then number 3, the agent is conveyed by some mode of transmission. And number 4, the agent then enters through an appropriate portal of entry to infect a susceptible host. Yan. So these are the elements that makes up the chain of infection. Okay, so isa-isain po natin yung apat na yan, starting with the first element or reservoir. So, what is the element called reservoir? So, reservoir is the habitat in which the agent or pathogen or yung virus normally lives, grows, and multiplies. Okay, so tandaan niyo po yan, habitat. Ang reservoir po ay ang habitat in which the agent, pag sinabi nating agent, pwedeng bacteria or yung virus normally lives, grows, and multiplies. Now, this habitat or yung reservoir includes what? Humans, diba? Or even animals, yung mga hayop, and even the environment. Okay? So, yun ang tinatawag po natin na reservoir. So, for example, okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with the bacterium Clostridium botulinum. Now, this bacterium Clostridium botulinum is the cause for botulism. Okay, botulism sakit po yan, which is a severe form of food poisoning. This food poisoning results when the bacterium produces the toxin which is contained in our food. Then yung food na yan, nakain po natin. Okay? So, this bacterium, Clostridium botulinum, ang reservoir niyan is in the soil. Okay? But the source of most botulism infections is improperly canned food containing this bacteria, itong Clostridium botulinum. Okay? So, yun po yung konsepto ng reservoir. Okay. Now, as I have mentioned a while ago, yung reservoir pwedeng humans. Okay? Tinatawag natin na human reservoir. So, ano po yung human reservoir? So, pag yung sakit, if the disease is transmitted from person to person. Yan. So, paano yan? So, there are many modes. So, pwede siyang ma-transmit through sexual intercourse, like those of sexually transmitted diseases, or measles, yan, mumps, or streptococcal infections, and many other respiratory pathogens. So, pag yung agent na transmit from person to person, nabibuild up yung tinatawag natin na human reservoir. So, okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin po nun. Human reservoirs may or may not show the effects of illness. Okay? Yan, tandaan po natin yan. Human reservoirs may or may not show the effects of illness. Pag yung tao does not show the effects of illness, ang tawag po natin sa kanila ay carriers. Okay? Carriers commonly transmit disease. Yun po yung delikado. Sila yung mas delikado, yung mga carriers. Bakit? Because they do not realize that they are infected. Hindi po nila alam na infected na pala sila nung disease na yon. And as a consequence, they take no special precautions to prevent transmission kasi hindi nila alam eh. So, lalabas lang sila ng bahay. Okay, then mag-a-atching, uubo. So, yun, nakakahawa na sila ng sakit. So, mas delikado pa nga yung mga carriers po eh. Sometimes we call them asymptomatic. Yung mga taong asymptomatic. Asymptomatic or passive or healthy carriers are those who never experience the symptoms despite being infected. So, mas delikado po sila. So, imagine nyo na lang pag from extreme community quarantine, naging ano na tayo, general community quarantine. Naku, maglalabasan lahat yung mga asymptomatic dyan. So, isipin nyo lang, you can imagine yung hawaan that can occur. Diba? So, medyo yun ang pag-iisipan po natin. So, mas delikado pa yung mga asymptomatic as compared to those that are symptomatic. Pag sinabi natin symptomatic, these are persons who are aware of their illness. Kasi pag aware ka na na may sakit ka, like infected ka na ng COVID-19, positive ka na, then you are quarantined to the hospital, ihiwalay ka na dun sa mga hindi infected. Di ba? Mas okay yun. Kaysa dun sa mga symptomatic that they are not aware that they are infected, tapos lalabas lang sila, pupunta ng mall, pupunta ng palengke. Okay? Alright. Now, humans are also subject to diseases that have animal reservoir. So, ang mga hayop, pwede rin pong maging reservoir sila. Many of these diseases are transmitted from animal to animal, with humans as incidental hosts. So, pwede rin po natin makuha yung agent sa hayop. Okay? So, yun po yung concept ng reservoir. Okay, the next element is the portal of exit. So, ano ba tong portal of exit? Pag sinabi natin portal of exit, this is the path by which a pathogen or a virus leaves its host. Okay? Like, for example, influenza viruses. Yan. Or Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium causes TB or tuberculosis. So, saan lumalabas tong bacteria na ito? Or itong influenza virus, saan sila lumalabas o nag-exit? So, they exit through the respiratory tract. Yan, sa ilong. O kaya pag bumahing tayo, nag-umatching tayo, or inubo tayo. Okay? There are parasites like schistosomes. They exit through the urine. Pag umihi tayo, lalabas po yung parasite doon. Or the bacteria cholera vibrios. They exit through the feces. Okay? So, yun tinatawag natin na portal of exit. Yeah, pag nasa labas na yung agent or yung pathogen, they have to be transmitted. Okay? So, ito na po yung next element. The next element is what we call mode of transmission. So, an infectious agent may be transmitted from its natural reservoir to a susceptible host in different ways. Okay, the first is what we call direct contact. So, ano ba itong direct contact? Direct contact occurs through skin-to-skin contact. Yan. Like, for example, kissing. Yan. Or even hugging. or even sexual intercourse, or yung pag nag-handshake kayo, yan, skin to skin contact, beso-beso. Okay? Direct contact may also refer to contact with soil. Kunya nakaapak ka lang, hindi ka nakachinelas, or vegetation harboring infectious organisms sa mga halaman. Okay, so that's what we call direct contact. Another mode of transmission is what we call droplet spread. So ano ba tong droplet spread? So this refers to spray with relatively large short-range aerosols produced by what? Sneezing, coughing, or even talking. Yan, so kunyari pag nag-atching tayo, bumahing tayo, or umubo tayo, may mga droplets po na nag-release and they are suspended in the air. So, kahit po nagsasalita po tayo, so there are small droplets that are released. Yan, okay? So, droplet spread po yan. Okay. Other methods may include what? Food. Yeah, transmission through food, transmission through water, or even biological products like blood. Pag may yung dugo na sinalin sa iyo contaminated, or even inanimate objects. Yeah, like handkerchiefs, yung mga panyo, contaminated yung panyo, tapos hiniram nyo, nagamit nyo, or even beddings, diba? Or even ballpen, even cellphone. Yan. Hiniram mo yung cellphone sa isang infected na person. Ay, naku, delikado po yan, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Alright. So, these are the different modes of transmission. Ngayon, pag na-transmit na yung agent, yung pathogen, the next element now is the portal of entry. Papasok na dun sa host. Okay, so the portal of entry refers to the manner in which the pathogen or the virus enters a susceptible host. Okay, ayan, yan ang tinatawag na portal of entry. Ngayon, pag pumasok na, so what are the possible portals of entry? Yan, pwede yan sa ilong, pwede yan sa bibig, sa mata. Okay, or for example, pag may sugat ka, papasok dyan yung bacteria. Okay, then the last element is the susceptible host. So that's the final link in the chain of infection. That's the susceptible host. Now, but sabing susceptible host, kasi po ang host, depende po yan sa immune system niya. A host can be susceptible pag mahina po yung immune system niya. The elderly are more susceptible to COVID-19. Kasi po, ang mga elderly, medyo mahina na po ang kanilang immune system. So, it would be difficult for their antibodies. If you recall my previous lecture, mahirap po ang antibodies nila to fight the antigen, the enemy. So, ang mga elderly, they are more susceptible as compared to the young people. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin na ang mga young, yung mga bata, hindi na sila magkakaroon ng COVID-19. There are factors to consider. Okay, like for example, young ka nga pero malakas ka magyosi, or bata ka nga pero lakas mo namang uminom. So smoking and drinking may in a way affect your immune system. Hihina ang immune system nyo. So, you can be susceptible to the disease, like in the case of COVID-19. Okay? So, or hindi mo inaalagaan yung sarili mo. Diba? Like, binubog mo yung sarili mo, you are under stress, you're not eating well, yung pagkain mo hindi healthy. So, in a way, yan ang bababa sa immune system mo, and you may be susceptible to the disease, as in the case of COVID-19. May mga matatanda naman, may mga elderly na talagang they live a healthy lifestyle, malakas yung immune system nila, So in a way, they can survive COVID-19. Okay? So maraming factors po yan. So the moral lesson is, let's take care of our health. Okay? Yan ang pinaka-importanting investment po ngayon sa panahon na to. Let's take good care of our health, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I guess I hope I was able to share some information about disease transmission. So ang ano ko lang po, ang goal ko lang is to educate the public in my humble way para ma-fight natin itong pandemya na ito. Okay? Education po is power. Alright. So, this is Biology Talk. I'm Jun Kahigal. So, again po, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you later.